Just get started again. Hi, I'm John Lacey, and this is Creative Concepts for JohnLacey.com. I've had such an epiphany of late. A lot of little things came together to change so many things. One of those was watching a documentary about photography. The thing that really impressed me about this particular documentary was the variety of approaches to photography it showed. There were photographers with these elaborate large format cameras and another with a studio lighting setup. But there were also photographers with these dingy little digital cameras. And one woman was talking about how she thought every good photograph had ghosts in it. This totally blew my mind because in my mind, in my world, in my head, there's a whole list of criteria that have to be met before I can take photographs. You know, the lighting has to be good, the weather has to be good, I have to make sure there's plenty of room on the memory card, I have to make sure the battery is fully charged. And then, perhaps most problematic of the lot, I have to be in the mood, whatever that means. And there is also this fear I have about not being taken seriously. You know, to be a real photographer, in my own mind, and I imagine in the minds of others, I have to meet those criteria. I have to use the really expensive camera, and I have to guard my photographs closely and not let anyone see anything I haven't decided isn't perfect. Because, truthfully, there's still a part of me that is so eager to please people and wants to be celebrated. And I think to myself sometimes, if only I could make the most clever, most profound, most serious, most whatever thing, it will all come together for me. And frankly, I'm not sure I yield that kind of power over anybody, whether the work is good or bad. And wouldn't it be better if I liked the work? If I liked the process of creating the work? Then I had to realize that there had been times when I actually had liked work. In fact, I wrote this song that I was incredibly proud of. I liked it in its musical form, and the lyrics really articulated something I needed to say. But then I shared it with some people, and they didn't understand it, and I sort of decided after the fact that it must really be quite horrible. And that is just a really horrible place to be as an artist, to be sitting in the back rows and looking at how people react to you, and second-guessing every creative decision you've made. So, you know, when people say, hell, when I say, just get started, it means just get started. I know you're all sitting there yelling and throwing things at the screen because I'm like that clueless person in the slasher movie that's standing right in front of the killer because, like, duh, who knew this was one of those pieces of instruction you could take literally? And in my defense, all I can really say is that you don't know what kind of baggage you take with you until you've had a chance to unpack it. And you never know when the penny is going to drop, when you're going to see something that completely changes the way you think, the way you relate to things. And that is another function, if you like, of Julia Cameron's filling the well activity. Because you're not just creating work, you're creating yourself as an artist and as a human being. You're a work in progress, and your life is a work in progress. And hopefully your artistic endeavours reflect that too. I'm John Lacey. Thanks for joining me.